Hi, my name is Gregory Moody from Gospel-Chords.com, and I'm going to try to answer a question for you. You all have probably been wondering, how is it that a musician is able to play a song many different times and have it sound different every single time? And you probably have asked them, well, what did you just play? They probably couldn't tell you because they decided what to play the moment they were playing it. And that's what I tell you and teach you how to do in my course. You don't actually decide what harmonization you're going to use until it's time to actually play it, right at that very second. And that's how you're able to keep your music changing and not have yourself sound like a robot, like you've practiced it. Because this is something you cannot practice. Once you practice a song, then you find yourself playing it the same way every day, over and over. And you don't want that. Well, how is that done? That's done by being able to control or master your suspensions and control the bass. The suspension is the note that's the topmost note in the melody, or the melody note. That's the suspension. And your job is to figure out, to play a corresponding chord that goes with that melody note. And to change it up and be different each time. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, I have a particular note in the melody. Say, for example, A flat here. Well, what chord do I play with it? Well, with the gospel chord system, that's not a problem because there are no rules. The chord that you play with this A flat note on the top is any chord that you want. You can play a G chord, a G flat chord, an F chord, an E chord, an E flat chord, a D chord, a D flat chord, a C chord, etc., etc. It's up to you. So therefore the choice is easy because they're all available. So you're sitting there playing a song, just pick one. The key is to pick the right one. And that's what Volume 3 in our course is about. Harmonization on the melody. It teaches you to control the suspension, and pick very interesting basses to go with that suspension. And that gives your music a lot of color. Say, for example, you all know the song Blessed Assurance. And I'm going to play it in the key of D flat, just the melody line, just to remind you for those of you who don't know it. Okay? And we're just going to work with just the first phrase of that. And say, for example, you wanted to harmonize on this note right here, this A flat. The only thing you need to know is that A flat is the fifth note of the scale that the song is written in. The song is written in, or I'm playing it in the key of D flat, and A flat is the fifth note of that scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All you do is you open up Volume 3 on harmonizing the 5, and that gives you all of the chords that are available to harmonize on that 5, but allowing the A flat to remain as the suspension. Let me just give you a quick little example. Okay, you play it once, and I'm going to kind of talk out loud and give you an idea of how you should be thinking when you're playing. So here I am. I'm going to play just the first, phrase of that song, Blessed Assurance. Okay, so I know I'm going to the 5. Well, and that A flat's going to be on top. What chord should I play? Well, the moment you get to that A flat, you simply pick a bass. Pick one. It doesn't matter which one you pick. So that's how your music is able to change up and be colorful every single time. Just make sure you play the right chord, and that's in the book. So say, for example, we wanted to play a B chord in the bass, some kind of B chord. Listen to it. Listen to that color. Okay? Let's say you played it again a different time. Well, you don't want to play a B in the bass this time. You want to choose a different chord. So say, for example, next time, let's play a B flat. That's a B flat 11. That sounds pretty too. So, you know, see how that you get different color just by controlling the bass note here. But the suspension is the same. The suspension is an A flat. Remember what we did before when we played that B chord? That was actually a B13. This chord right here is a B flat 11. So let's go back and hear the other one we just played. Okay, that was that B13, and the one I just played was this B11. So, say you wanted to play it again the next time. Oh well, I think I want to play a different chord. Decide right now. Remember, the A is in the suspension. Choose your bass right now before you do it. I'm going to choose C. Okay, that's a C minor 7 plus 5. Sounds fine. So you make that decision the moment before you play. That's how you keep your music changing up. And like I said, you just have to learn how to master the suspension. Each one of the suspensions. Here we're mastering the A flat suspension, and there are 12 chords that go with that A flat suspension. Now, you don't have to learn them all. You can learn just one, or you can learn two. That's up to you, depending on how aggressive you want to be. Let's do it again. Where do I want to go? F. Okay, look at that. I went to this F chord. Switched up to that B flat 11. You can actually chain them together. Let's do it again. Let's go to a G flat. Okay. Okay. Let's resolve it to that B flat 11. See how we do that? And we can actually chain these together and create all sorts of interesting passing chords in between. And like I said, you don't decide until you get there, so you can make this up the moment you get to the place where you need to make that decision. Let's do that. Let's do a C. Let's do a C to an F to a G flat. Remember, the suspension is the same. C, F, suspension is the same. To a B flat, suspension is the same. But we could have put a G flat in there. Suspension is the same. A flat is on top. We're just mastering the suspension. So we have all these choices. Whenever we come to any song, when we have an A flat as the suspension, we've got lots of choices that we can make. The choices in my course, I believe I have, for each one of the tones, I have at least 50 or 60 choices for each one. So like I said, it's wide open on the choices that you can make in making these movements. You can even go to E. There's no E in the key of D flat. And let's make that move. Right now we're on the F. Let's move down to the E. Let's go down to a D. Alright. Let's go to a C. Suspension is still on top, that A flat. So we should be able to move around the keyboard. So that's how you're able to actually change your music up as you play, because you decide on the bass note, which gives the color and defines the chord as you play. Very simple. And that's what Volume 3 in our course is about. It teaches you how to master that. It gives you choices, lots of choices on the basses available for each one of the tones when you have a particular suspension. Now don't just go by Volume 3. You're going to need the tutorial and Volume 1. Volume 3 is just an add-on, an enhancement to take you to the next level. So a lot of you have just been buying a single volume and jumping in the middle. Don't jump in the middle. Take the volumes one at a time. First start with the tutorial and Volume 1. Then you can move to Volume 3, and then you can move to Volume 2. I know it's backwards, but that's how this works, and that's how you can control your suspension and give your music all sorts of color, so you don't sound the same when you're playing your worship and praise music. Thanks a lot. Hope that clears things up, and get the course. I mean, you can't beat it. Like I say, we're a lot different from everyone else. We don't teach you specific progressions. We teach you to